In this video, I'm going to talk about box plots, sometimes called box and whisker plots. First, the vocabulary. Box plots display the 5-number summary of a data set. The 5-number summary includes the minimum, first quartile, median, third quartile, and maximum. Interquartile range, a measure of where the middle 50 is in a data set. An outlier is a data point that lies outside the overall pattern in a distribution. The breakdown of from minimum to quartile 1 is 25%. The interquartile range ranges from the quartile 1 to quartile 3. That's 50% of your data. And then from quartile 3 to the maximum, that is another 25% of your data. Example 1. The data 29, 33, 36, 37, 37, etc. are the ages of the best Oscar winners for actors from 1997 to 2019. Give the 5-number summary for these ages, draw a box plot, and identify any outliers. So recall the 5-number summary is your minimum, your quartile 1, your median, your quartile 3, and your max. So the minimum is the easy one to pick off. That's just the smallest number. Since we're in numerical order, that makes it easy to pick off. The minimum is 29. The maximum is the biggest number. In this case, it is 60. And we'll highlight the minimum in pink. Now, to find the median, what we need to do is use our cross-off method to find it. Just cross until you get to the center. Keep crossing. Keep crossing. Almost there. And our median, we'll highlight that in yellow. That is 44. Now, to get quartile 1, what we need to do is cross off in the lower half. So we'll do that in red so it stands out. So just cross, we're not going to use the median. Not using the median, and we get a quartile 1 of 38. To get the upper half, for quartile 3, we use a similar method. Again, we're not going to use the median since we have an odd number of numbers. And our quartile 3 is 50. Next step is draw the box plot. So first we have to do is number our number line. We'll start at 70 and then skipping every one, technically counting by 5s. 30 and then 20. So first we want to plot in our 29. Recall that was pink. We're going to plot in our 38. Make this one a little bit longer. And that was red. And then we'll do our 44. Call that was yellow. Then 50. Recall that was blue. And we'll draw a box around these three. That's our actual box. And then on 60, recall that one was purple. And we'll connect it with whiskers. So there's our box plot. The last part is just find any outliers. So first step is find the IQR. So that is found by just taking quartile 3, subtracting quartile 1. Remember, quartile 3 was blue, and quartile 1 was red. So we'll subtract them. That is 50 minus 38 to give me 12. Not equals minus. And quartile 3 is blue. The next step, you want to find 1.5 times the IQR. So that in this case is 1.5 times 12, which gives me 18. The last step, you want to take quartile 1. So this comes in 2 steps. Quartile 1 minus 1.5 times the IQR. And remember, quartile 1 is red. So in this case, it would be 38 minus 18, which is 20. And we also, the second part is we want to do quartile 3 plus 1.5 times the IQR. So in this case, it is 50 plus 18, which is 68. And recall quartile 3 was blue. So next step, we just analyze. The biggest number we have is 60. So we ask ourselves, is 68 bigger than 60? Or let's rephrase that. Is 60 bigger than 68? Our answer is no. We look at the 20. Is 29 smaller than 20? Our answer is no. So in this example, there are no outliers. Example 2. Round to the nearest $1 million, total team payrolls were in order 24, 31, 37, 39, etc. Give the 5-number summary for these salaries, draw the box plot, and identify any outliers. So first, the 5-number summary. Okay, first thing we need is our minimum. We'll do that in pink. Our minimum in this situation is 24. Then remember we have our quartile 1. Then we have our median, our quartile 3, and our max. Our maximum we'll do in purple, or something really close to purple. Our maximum is 190. Okay, then we want to find our median. So we use our cross-off method to find it. So starting from the beginning, find a rhythm, otherwise you lose it. Keep working towards the middle. Being careful not to lose my rhythm. And we have two middle numbers this time, 82 and 87. So what we need to do is add 82 and 87 together. We'll do a scratch over here. 82 plus 87 divided by 2. 82 plus 87 is 169. And then divide it in half. That will give me 84.5. And we'll do our median in yellow. And that's going from these two numbers right here, just adding them and dividing by 2. Now we'll find our first quartile. We do that in red. So this time we are going to use our middle. Make that a little bit better. Okay, that's good enough. Be careful not to lose your rhythm. And our middle number is 62. Now the upper quartile or quartile 3, we'll do that one in blue using a similar method. So be careful not to lose your rhythm. Keep going. Working your way to the middle. Be careful not to lose your rhythm. And our middle number is our quartile 3, or upper quartile is 100 in this situation. So now we're just going to put everything on a number line. So we have some very large numbers. So we'll say we'll make our biggest number 200. Skipping 1 to go back to 150. Skipping 1 to go back to 100. Skipping 1 to go back to 50. And then skipping 1 to go back to 0. So we do have to approximate this a little. So we start at 24, which would be approximately here. Then we approximate where 62 is. So we'll say that's in the middle, make that one a little bit longer. Then we plot in our 85, which is a little bit higher. And then 100. And we'll draw a box around quartile 3, the median, and quartile 1. And then we need to plot in our max. which is closer to 200, and we connect them with a whisker coming out each side of the box. Now, in example part C, it's saying identify any outliers. We could tell there's going to be an outlier in this one because obviously the right whisker is a lot longer than the left whisker. So that's an indication that there should be an outlier. So recall the first step in finding outliers is find the IQR. So that'll be just Q3 minus Q1. Q3 we use blue, and then Q1 we use red. And in this situation is 100 minus 62. Which is 38. Next step. You want 1.5 times the IQR. So we're doing 1.5 times the IQR, which is 38. So 1.5 times 38 is 57. Next step, we need to check our upper end and our lower end. So we do Q1 minus 1.5 times the IQR. And we'll use the same coloring scheme for quartile 1 in red. So 62 minus 57 equals 5. Then we check the upper. We're going to do this up for the upper end. So 4, that would be Q3 plus 1.5 times the IQR. So in this situation, it'd be 100 plus 57. And let's highlight that in blue to be consistent. So that will give me 157. So what we need to check next is check our list of numbers. So our smallest number is 24. We're asking ourselves, is 24 smaller than 5? Our answer is no. We ask ourselves, is 190, which is our biggest number, and are there any other numbers bigger than 157? 190 is bigger than 157. So we say 190 is greater than 157. So that gives me an outlier. So whoever's making $190 million per year is an outlier. So 190 million. So the salary, the $190 million salary is an outlier. And we're done with the outliers. Example 3. We're given a box plot and we're asked to interpret this box plot. So first we're going to do is find our 5-number summary. So let's start. We have a minimum, which we can see the minimum to be 50. You can see our quartile 1. You can see our quartile 1 is 80. You can see our median to be 100. You can see our quartile 3 to be 130. And our max is 170. And we've got our 5-number summary just looking at the box plot. The box plot suggests, part B, the box plot suggests that about 50% of high school students in Orange County have more than what number of band members? So recall that this would be 25%, this would be 25%, 25%, and 25%. So more than what number have more than 50%? So we add 25 and 25. So we just use our median to answer the question. So we'll say use the median. And so, okay, so we say that about 50% of high schools in Orange County have more than 100 band members. And we've answered all parts of this question.